little bitches. We have Jill here again today. And we're going to jump right into the sip of the episode. So, let's grab it. Graver. This one is called Summer Splash. It's Bloom. I'm super into Bloom right now because I feel like when I drink them, they don't make me feel as weird, you know?
Yeah.
Some other ones make me feel a little bit weird when I drink the whole thing. And when they're really, really delicious, I guzzle that shit. And then I'm like, ooh, and I'm like, wow, that wasn't a good idea. And I'm sweating and yelling at everyone and like rage cleaning and telling my husband he's crazy when really I'm the one that's coked out. So anyways, we're going to start with Summer Splash. And it doesn't really say like the flavors on it. So maybe we'll just sip it and then guess what we can taste. I'm assuming something that feels like summer. Summertime, like summer. That's what I was thinking of. It's summer.
Ooh,
I like that. It's like, I love this one.
like a pink starburst. Yum.
Kind
Strawberry.
of starbursty, but also maybe a little orange. Is it orange that I'm tasting? Do you taste that? But it is like strawberry creamy, maybe orange. Strawberry cream orange.
Oh, it says, well, the sweetness of strawberry lemonade. So
lemonade. Okay,
citrusy.
lemon. Yeah. I'm tasting like a little. Where does it say that?
On the in summer on the sun.
Feel good. Each refreshing sip packs a splash of feel good energy to fuel your summer days. Okay. 180 milligrams of caffeine.
Sweet.
I was reading that it has prebiotics in it too. 0 grams of sugar, but we know that
Prebiotics like help you digest stuff. Is that what prebiotics do? Is that probiotics? I don't know things.
They both do something in your gut. That's all I know. Perfect. Once again, not a doctor over here. They completely heal you and turn you back 10 years.
Heal all your ailments.
So drink Bloom and you will look 10 years younger. Have you seen that girl on TikTok or whatever? And she's like, hey, mama. Have I shown you her? And then she's like, if someone hasn't told you you're doing a great job today, even though the baby's shit on your face, you have. Good job, mama.
Yes.
She's so funny. I'm sending her to you immediately.
That's amazing. It reminds me of Steven. I can't remember her name right now. The blonde.
Yeah.
And also Manon Matthews.
Yeah.
I love them both. Classics.
Laura Clary.
Yes.
Yeah. They're hilarious.
So funny.
Hilarious.
I can picture both of them saying that.
Okay. What do we rate this one? I really, really, really like this.
Yeah.
So I'm giving her a 10. She's one of my favorite Bloom drinks. So
yeah,
I rate her a 10.
I think like an 8.5 or a 9.
Okay. You said 9. You said or a 9. All right. We're going with that. 9 and 10. Good job, Bloom. Summer Splash. Delish. Okay. So I actually forgot to, hold on, give you this. So I'm going to have you close your eyes for a second because I found this at the store.
Okay.
And it's so nostalgic.
I'm supposed to hold my hand up.
Oh, no. I'm
Just throw it at me. Oh.
Okay. You can grab it now.
Okay.
Have you seen these?
No, but that's amazing. Lisa Frank was my love.
I know. I'm like, look, I think yours has the little rainbow dolphin or leopard seal or something.
Yes.
I don't know.
Leopard
I
seal.
loved the leopard seal when I was little. I have, so it's Tree Hut, Lisa Frank.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's so
oh my gosh,
funny.
I was going to say there's glitter in it, but there is.
I thought you were going to say there's glitter in it. Ooh, that smells bomb. There really is glitter in it, I think, right?
I love it. Yes. Yes, there is.
Oh my gosh.
As there should be. There should be glitter in everything.
It's a shea sugar scrub from Tree Hut, and it's like their Lisa Frank line. And I want to say one of my friends, Jessica, had posted about it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Lisa Frank, we were obsessed. Like,
yes.
It's like, and we would color, like, I would color things that tried to look like Lisa Frank. Like, and everyone had Lisa Frank stuff for holders.
Proper keepers.
Oh, and it was just the best thing ever. So Lisa Frank, Tree Hut, Sugar Sky. And I know, well, my flavor is Sugar Sky. What's yours called? It's like ocean or something. You got a nice orca.
Ocean top. Yeah.
Ocean.
I have a dolphin and an orca and the leopard.
It smells delicious. I'm not even
going
to read the ingredients because there's probably red dye,
40 million.
and I just want to embrace.
Our
baby
inner,
kid, because there's
our
really
inner
not
child.
Lisa Frank anywhere anymore. I have looked.
Yeah.
One time at Costco, they sold like a $20 pack thing, and I was like, Chloe, you want this with her butt? And she's like, ooh, rainbow. And I'm like, I know.
It's the best.
Do you want it? So she,
That is the best. Thank you. I
you're
love it.
welcome. I know I meant to give it to you earlier, but I forgot.
I love it so much.
Okay. So go to Target. This isn't sponsored or anything, even though it should be. Freaking Lisa Frank, you guys. Anyone that's like what,
Back.
27? Because I feel like Miranda, maybe 28
Girl.
to like 45.
Thank
knows
you. I was
Lisa
going to
Frank.
say, Lisa Frank started with this.
Yes.
So,
But then I'm like my age group, and I'm like, I feel like Miranda knows Lisa Frank too. She's 30. So it's like maybe it kind of tapered away after that, which is so freaking sad because every little girl loved that rainbow animal. Every animal was rainbow and sparkles. And they made them so cute.
so cute.
So cute. Okay. Yeah. So today we are actually, I really wanted Jill to come on here because I wanted to talk about something a little bit more serious. And she, her son was diagnosed with type 1, right? Diabetes last year. It was pretty scary for everybody. Didn't know it was wrong. And then obviously did not go into the hospital thinking it was something that was going to change his life.
Right.
It was more like, is he dehydrated? What's going on? So, we're going to kind of dive in and talk about that and just bring a little bit of awareness around type 1 diabetes and what she has learned. Obviously, it's been a year, a little over a year, so there's still a lot of like learning, but it's very much something where like you don't have the option of not figuring it out really, really, really quickly.
Immediately.
Because his life depends on it. So yeah. Ooh, I got the chills a little. So anyways, I'm going to have Jill introduce, introduce her son, kind of give give us the story of like kind of leading up to before you went to the hospital. And then you can kind of lead into that of like maybe what happened, because it wasn't something that was, it's not always something super obvious.
Right.
So,
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, and it's why it took us this long to take him into the hospital. We're not ones to, like, if you have a sniffle, we'll go to the hospital immediately. We'll, kind of wait it out, see how it goes, let our body heal itself type situation. It was the last week of school. And so, I mean, there's finals and everything like that. He was 16, almost 17. I didn't really notice that he had been losing weight, but he had been losing, not that he's kind
He's
of
a
a
pretty
slim
lean guy.
kid
Yeah.
anyway. But he had been losing some weight, and this weekend, again, this is the kid that would finish his beverage before the movie even started. Like if we went to the theater, he would drink his drink immediately.
Yeah.
So he was really, really thirsty, and he was really just exhausted. And I thought, oh, well, he's a teenage boy, and we are heavy drinkers in our family.
Heavy.
So, yeah, and so we didn't really, and yeah, right, not just anything.
Like
or-
a good bev.
Right. And so we really didn't, I mean, of course we're aware and would try and help him and get him water and Gatorade and stuff to get his electrolytes up. But he was just kept throwing up, and he would try and go eat, and then he would go and throw it up immediately. And so it had gone on for the weekend. And so we said, okay, if it's still happening on Monday, we'll go to the ER. And so
Was he throwing up like, he obviously wasn't throwing up every 30 minutes for like 4 days.
right.
There would
wasn't
be
like-
little breaks, right? And so you were like,
It
okay,
wasn't
maybe
like
he's
food
getting
poisoning.
better. And then you're like, oh no, he's throwing up again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went, and they took his blood pressure, and it was really, really high. And it was almost like he was struggling to breathe. So he was kind of like panting. So I was trying to, I mean, on the inside, obviously I'm freaking out because I'm just like, okay, something is really, really wrong.
Yeah.
Because he is really having a hard time breathing, and he's like throwing up while he's laying down, and they're trying to get all these measurements on him and like an EKG. And anyway, so it was really scary. But I was just trying to like put my hand on his chest and like, okay, try and take slower breaths. But his body was literally like shutting down on the inside.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
You thought it kind of seemed maybe he's nervous a little bit and is kind of having anxiety because
Right,
he doesn't
right.
know what's going on.
Anxiety,
But
so
it
he was
was
panting.
inside, obviously,
But
was
literally,
shutting
his
down.
body couldn't get enough oxygen in because his pancreas had decided it wasn't gonna function any longer. And so they're like, does this run in the family at all? Or and I mean, it was like the furthest thing from my mind. I never ever would have thought
Yeah,
because nobody in our family has type 1
on
diabetes.
both sides,
On
we
either
just, like,
side.
none of our siblings, none of our
Right. None of our
we can
grandparents. I mean,
yeah.
I think we may have had type 2 diabetes. Maybe grandpa, maybe mom's dad had it. But
Mm.
I mean, not that that's like the better kind. Obviously, all the kinds of diabetes are awful. But
I believe it's less severe, though.
yeah.
It's a little less
Yeah.
life-threatening, and I believe you can help it by eating really, really careful,
Right.
whereas, like,
Right.
type 1, you have to.
You have to have insulin, which
Yeah,
is what.
literally, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So keep going. He's in the hospital, and
He's in the hospital.
you're like, "What's going on?"
He was so dehydrated, they had to use like an ultrasound to find veins to do
Yeah.
IVs.
So much.
So he had IVs in both arms.
Um,
And they're like, well, we can't treat him here. Let's take him to the children's hospital. So apparently this was not normal to have, because I asked the EMTs if I could ride in the ambulance with them, and they're like, oh, like I had just asked them if I could also, I don't know. It was just, they were just acting like this was the weirdest thing I could have ever asked.
yeah,
And I
you're
was
like,
like, is that
my kid alone? He's still my
much?
baby.
Is
Just
that
gonna
not
sit on the side.
okay? Anyway, they're like, okay, sure. Um, we'll just clean up the front seat for you. I'm like, thank you.
Well, I think I
It
would have
was just
just
weird.
immediately climbed in, and they might be like, "What?" And I'd be like,
Oh yeah, I'm
oh, wait.
coming.
Yeah, I would just be like, "Oh, duh, like
Yeah.
my kid."
Yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
they had him on the gurney and everything all hooked up to him. And I mean, there have been pictures. You've seen pictures
Yes,
of
it's
it,
sad.
and
Don't
it is sad.
look at them.
It's heartbreaking. But we were, they didn't have the lights on or anything, so we're just, casually going to the children's hospital, and I'm just like, what is happening?
And you still
It's
didn't know
so
anything yet,
weird.
right?
Right,
They
right,
didn't say like he
They
has
didn't say-
diabetes, we need to move him. You were just like, we still don't know what's wrong.
right.
But they asked you that at the hospital.
I don't even remember if they asked, like,
Well,
does
like,
it
did
run in
run in
family?
family. You're like,
They
at
were
some
just like,
point they did.
we don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know where or how from one hospital to the other they had blood work done and testing and all that kind of stuff. And I remember Sean had gone to park the car, and I was up in the room with Jake. We got to the other hospital room, and the doctor came walking in, and she was looking at me, and she said, he is in what we call diabetic ketoacidosis.
Mhm.
And I was like, what was that first word again that you just said? Because no, that doesn't happen.
your blood work
where I don't. Anyway, it was kind of like in the movies when everything kind of goes silent and you just hear that like high pitched sound. Like everything kind of stopped for a second, and I'm looking at this doctor, and she's trying to explain things to me, and I'm trying to really stay focused. Because I'm like, I don't think these words are the right words that you're supposed to say. Are you in the right room? Because I don't think
Yeah. Like he's just throwing
this is right.
he's dehydrated. Yeah.
Let's just get him some, fluids, and then he should be okay. And
Yeah.
and she said, type 1 diabetes. And I was like,
So she just said it right then and there. He's in whatever you said.
yeah,
Diabetic
ketoacidosis.
ketoacidosis.
Mhm.
He's type 1 diabetes.
Right.
Like they can just say that right then
Yeah.
and there. And okay.
Yeah. And it was, and she was very nice. And I was just like,
So what did they do? Like immediately?
yeah. So
Give him
I mean,
insulin or?
they gave him fluids, obviously. And I think they did give him insulin.
Yeah, I'm sure they just immediately did it because they're
administered
like,
it, right?
this is-
Because they're like, this is what he needs to live.
right this very moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Was he
And I-
was when she told you that, was he a little like stable?
Yes.
Like he wasn't like panting?
He
or
wasn't
anything?
panting.
Like, she's
He had
obviously
fluids in him.
Okay.
I'm sure they gave him some insulin so his body could finally rest a little bit
Yeah.
from fighting so hard to just be alive. So he was just laying in the bed. I remember I was at the foot of his bed,
And when
a little bit
yeah.
back,
Yeah.
when she was telling me. and I could like see over her shoulder. I could see him over her shoulder.
Oh.
And it was just, it was like time stopped for a second. And I was like, this can't be happening. It shouldn't happen to anyone ever, but especially not my little boy, who is bigger than me, my little big boy. And I was looking at her, and I was just, again, trying to absorb everything that she's saying, because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is
Like trying to keep it factual and not
right.
emotional
Trying
because you're like, okay.
to focus and be like, I
Yeah,
need to know
focus.
what I have to do
Yeah.
to keep my son alive.
Yeah. But then also the heavy weight of the news and being like, wait, what? My baby boy's whole life is gonna
Right.
be destroyed in a sense, right? That's how you feel in that
Yeah.
moment. Like his whole life is over, which it's not, but in that moment it feels like that.
Right. And I think it kind of was
Yeah.
like the life that we knew, the life that,
Yeah.
he would do, extra jobs and chores and stuff for like a bag of candy or a couple of monsters, And so we just, yeah, the life that we knew, our norm was over. And so I think it's, taken me a while to realize and to be okay to, mourn what we did have. And even though he's still alive and he's great and thriving and gaining weight and awesome in every way, it's still a stinker. But yeah, that normal life that we knew was over. And I remember thinking, because Sean he was making his way up to the room. And so I was in there, yeah, by myself with Jake, and I was just looking at him. I'm like, this can't be happening. And again, because it never even entered my mind.
Yeah.
Because again,
You never think something
nowhere
is gonna happen.
on either side do we have this. And it's like an autoimmune thing. And she said, nothing you've done, like, with diet
Yeah, mom
or
guilt. I wish
lifestyle,
immediately
immediately going through everything that
falls
we've
on
ever
you,
done,
like,
ever.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she goes, nothing that you've done has been wrong. Everything, it's just kind of like a switch in his body just kind of flips. And it's just, he has to be reliant on insulin now for the rest of his life. And I'm just like, I don't care for any of these words you're saying to me.
You're like, I
ma'am.
will redo today. I would like to go to bed and redo completely.
Can we
I
go
don't
back
want this.
a little bit?
Yeah.
Anyway, and I remember walking over to him and I said, because he was there and obviously heard.
Jacob?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so I
He
walked
was
over
asleep. Yeah.
and I said, if there was any way in this entire world that I could take this from you, I hope you know I would. And he looked at me and he goes, I wouldn't let you. Okay. What? That's stupid.
All right, end of
That's so
episode.
dumb of you to say. So rude
Sweet
and loving
boy.
and kind. But yeah. So Sean got up there and I just
And Sean, hurry up stairs. Oh my God.
I know. And he walked in and the doctor kind of went over with him what she had told me, and I just looked at him and I was like, type 1 diabetes. He has type 1 diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
What? Anyway, everyone that had helped us, all the nurses, all the other doctors that had come in, she's like, well, we have a wonderful endocrinologist. I'm like, we have to have an endocrinologist now? Oh, okay.
Well, I don't like to say that word.
I don't
Also,
I don't care for that.
yeah,
But also, please tell me how we can continue
Yeah.
to keep our son alive.
yeah.
Yes.
And immediately start teaching me, I guess, I'm going to become an expert on a disease that I had no idea I needed to be an expert on.
Right.
And really quick, because you
And
have
very
to.
quickly. Yeah. Yeah.
And you guys, I'm sorry if I'm bouncing.
No.
You can go back, but you guys were told also, I remember the nurses saying, or maybe Sean told me this. I can't remember if it was you or Sean when I had come into the hospital like a couple days later. They were like, I have a client who she has diabetes, and I know I've talked to you about her before, and 2 of her kids. And so she's always kind of shared things and told me things. And she obviously manages it very well because it's been a long time. Her son was diagnosed when he was really little. And if she ever listens to this, I hope I don't butcher, but I think he was like 3, like pretty little.
Yeah.
And so, she had kind of told me some stuff, so I knew a little bit about it, but they had the Dexcom on the arm and the pump here. So it's like it did help a lot. But when you guys first started, they made you guys, I mean, it was exhausting.
Yeah.
It made you calculate everything.
Yeah.
And I understand why, in the sense of like, if something ever went wrong with the Dexcom and the pump, then you would know how to still keep him alive.
Right.
And it would be okay. It would be a little more work, but no stress, versus the other way around, giving you that right away. And then heaven forbid something happened.
Yes.
You don't know how.
Well, and they told
figure it out.
us that had happened before, like
Oh.
when, especially with littlers, when they're diagnosed and the parents have to know everything about it
Yeah.
and rely on the pump, they can either give way too much insulin, which will make them go really, really low and they can slip into a coma, or not enough and they can go really, really high and then they'll have a stroke.
Oh my.
I know it's so hard to be able to maintain that specific
Perfect.
best range.
Well, and then even
Right.
when Jake first went on it too, I remember there's certain times you would have to give him stuff, and you would have to give him a separate injection at nighttime to keep him good through the night before you had the pump
Right.
and stuff.
Yes.
Now he doesn't have to do that.
There's long lasting, which is what we would have to do at night to carry him through the night because he's not eating or anything.
Right.
And then the fast acting insulin, which is that's what we'd have to figure out, like carb information for whatever he ate. Then you administer that right before he eats, or you can do it like right after. He likes to do it before he
Enjoys meal.
Right. But yeah, that first we were in the hospital, I think for 4 days. But that I
You were
will
there
say
for a while because
is not enough time
to learn and then be like,
to
"Oh,
learn
figure
and be
this
like,
out."
okay,
Yeah,
good
that's
luck.
scary.
Although there are a lot of resources and I'm so glad and grateful there is some silver lining, because happening in these days, with
Literally.
technology and medicine and being what it is, like even back in the 1920s is when they discovered this. 1920. So like anytime before that, if anyone's pancreas stopped working, it was like a death sentence, and it's like a slow, painful, awful death. So I'm really, really grateful that we have what we do. And yes, since then, obviously, he has his Dexcom that monitors his blood sugar all the time, and he has a pump now, which he can just enter his information into an app in his phone, which again is just so great. But I remember that first week we were home, we'd have to get up at like 2 or 2:30 every morning. I'm like, it's like having a newborn baby.
My gosh. Here's your newborn 17-year-old that has diabetes, so get up every 2 hours and check his blood sugar.
So he had to do the finger pokes, and check
Those
his blood
actually
sugar.
hurt. They
It really
really
does hurt, and it lasts a long time. I remember
So sensitive.
when I had done plasma, they do that as well, and it's like, and I don't really remember like where they do the needle in your arm, but like the finger pokes, they
I
last a
know.
really long. Like
And
your
they're
fingers
so
are
sensitive.
sore for days.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
it's
you have to do
obviously-
like different spots,
yeah, it's on the side.
different sites, because and they told us that with the Dexcom as well and the pump. You have to put it in different sites, because if you put it in the same spot too many times, it builds up scar tissue and then
Yeah.
it won't go in correct. Anyway,
Can they put it somewhere else besides their arm?
Yeah.
If they put it on their leg, that's probably just annoying.
for sure. I work with a couple gals, and this was all divine timing, who have type 1 diabetes.
Yeah.
And they have been just so gracious and kind and wonderful about being an additional resource for me and answering any questions I may have. But one of them has it, on her leg, or one of them has it on, like, her site is on her stomach, or, I mean, they can
Yeah.
put it different places on their body.
Yeah.
Jake mostly does it in his arms. I think I think he has had it on like his upper thigh before.
More annoying, I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're wearing, guys wear jeans a lot, like pants, jeans, right? Slacks or something. And so I'm like, you don't normally wear loose shorts,
Right.
maybe basketball shorts, but yeah, that could be, I feel like, so annoying.
Yeah.
Whereas like you don't wear long sleeves quite as much.
I guess.
less tight. Okay, so the Dexcom. So the first, I feel like you guys did not have the Dexcom or his pump in his stomach for months.
Yes. Yeah.
So
They
that was
had
like
us
a lot of
do,
days, like
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 at
a
least
day.
6 months with. I mean, we did have the Dexcom because that's to monitor the blood sugar more regularly.
You didn't get that right away, too.
Right.
You still had nothing
That was
for a
like
while.
3 or 4
He was
months.
just injecting in his stomach,
Yeah.
testing his blood sugar, measuring it out. But like everything he would eat, it was such a, and I know you mentioned he was just like, I just don't really want to eat that bad kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unless it's like string cheese or like a beef stick.
Right.
Like, so yeah, you
There's
just
a
have it.
free snacks.
Yes. So that's something that I learned.
Yeah.
It's like free snacks. I'm like, what do you mean by that? And it's like a beef stick. So we were like, all right, let's get him a bag of chomps, you
Yeah.
know? Cheese sticks.
Yeah.
What about an egg?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like stuff like that he can have without having
To dose.
to do anything with insulin.
Right.
So I feel like he probably is lean more towards those snacks too. If he's feeling like, I don't want to have to deal with that, I'm just going to go eat a cheese stick or a meat stick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But I remember the first couple weeks we were home and Sean went and he found him in the kitchen just sitting on the floor, just like tears streaming down his face. He's like, I just want to have some sherbet without having to measure or calculate carbs or do math.
yeah.
I'm just, oh, so hard
Every time.
to see your child have to do that. And even still now,
Yeah.
knowing that he has to do that and he has to change his pump out every 3
Does he do it
days.
himself?
He does.
Oh.
Yeah. If I just imagine little Jake, like 4 or 5-year-old Jake trying to, for me,
Not even imagine.
he would be dead.
I mean, there is a
He would take it out.
all the time.
He would
maybe at night
probably
be like,
go
"That's
and
annoying,"
have
and
a
rip it
snack. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Eat whatever he wants, whatever he finds
So,
on
like,
the floor.
I guess that's like the tiniest bit of silver lining is like, not that you're grateful at all,
Of
but
course.
it's like, thank God he's older and he
And
can
he
help
can
take
understand.
and understand, hey, bud, this is so serious.
Yeah.
Versus literally, I would be an anxious wreck all the time with I can't even imagine.
With Carter.
He would be put in a wrap at night
No.
and he would be sleeping in a crib next to
In
my
the room.
bed.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
I wouldn't sleep. Everyone
No.
would be like, Stacey, you look awful. And I'd be like, I don't ever sleep. Have you met my,
Yeah.
So not that that's a good thing at all, but it's
I
like,
know.
thank God he's older. And thank God Sean is such a chill person
Yes.
and like can really ground energy. And
Yes.
also that's a good quality that he has. It's a gift. And he's really good at math.
Yes.
He is very good at math.
Yes.
Helped me out a lot in my high school, college years. So
Yeah.
anyways, well,
So grateful for that.
thank you for sharing about that. I know that's really emotional and something that's hard, but I also think it's like something not a ton of people talk about and not a lot of people know until they're in it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to go research and listen to people talking about diabetes necessarily.
Sure.
If maybe I'm not experiencing it, but once you're in it, you're like, where do I turn? Where do I go?
Yeah.
Do I call the hospital if I have a question? I'm kind of scared to Google. Do I chat? Like, what do I do? Where's my community? So
Yeah.
I think it's definitely something to shed a lot of light on, especially because like you don't have diabetes. No one in our family really that we know. It's not something we're even familiar with at all.
Right.
And now we're all kind of becoming a little more
Right.
familiar with it. And
Yeah.
just little things of like, I got Skittles in my pantry if he needs something where
Yeah.
quick sugar. So
I know that's something that has been so great about both sides of the family. Everybody is very conscientious about it and wants to understand and know how to help. And that has been really, really great.
yeah.
At least trying
A little challenge, but I
Yeah.
got Skittles in the pantry.
Right.
So that and beef sticks.
I know, yes. It's so funny because Chloe's like, how is that Jake's medicine? Like, I know it doesn't really make sense that Skittles are medicine for
She's
Jake.
like, I'm going to use that one on my mom tonight, Mom.
I think I need some medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. One thing
yeah.
that kind of bothered me when he was first diagnosed, not that, because again, our support system is great and wonderful and we feel very supported, but people were always saying, well, he's going to be okay. Well, it's going to be okay. And I just kept thinking, this is not okay.
Yeah, why are you saying that? This isn't okay. Like,
This, I
literally
know,
right
I know he's
now.
going to live.
Yeah.
I logically understand that, and that we have the resources and the medication,
Yeah.
the insulin that he needs to live, but nothing about this is okay.
And it's funny because, not funny, but when people get in
Yeah.
those moments, or like when a loved one passes away, or like you don't know
Yeah.
what to do. And
Yeah.
even though we've experienced that, sometimes if it happens to someone else, I really have to think first. And I hate thinking before I do things. I think it's so overrated and stupid. But I'm like, okay, let's be sensitive and careful here in this situation. Like, what would be something good to say? So, like, in your situation, now that you've gone through it, if someone experienced it, what is something that maybe you would say or do? Because, like, also, I don't want to just bring you a meal.
Yeah.
I don't want to home cook it. I don't want to buy it. I want to bring you something kind of healthy. But, like, if I buy something that's pre-cooked, like, but at least you know what's in it then, it's like,
Right.
what's something that you're like, this would have been so nice. And actually, now a year outside of it, this is what I would have loved to hear, or what would have just been like, for me.
Yeah. I think, and actually a few people did say this after I had mentioned that, because I did have a friend when her daughter was diagnosed, somebody said, well, at least it's not cancer. I mean, yeah.
I guess.
However,
Yeah.
once again, it's just like this situation, this whole new life, this whole new thing that we have to navigate is not okay. Not okay. Like when Dad died, like, oh, this new norm, it's not okay.
Yeah, it's the worst.
And sometimes
Yeah.
there isn't something that you can say
Yeah.
to help comfort that person. Just knowing that somebody is there.
Yeah. Or like, this is really shitty and so hard. I'm so sorry you're carrying this.
It's okay to be mad.
Or something like that.
I think that's what I needed to hear.
Validation.
Just,
Yeah.
it's okay to not be
Like, find
grateful
peace
right
with
now.
it or something. Yeah, it's
Yes.
okay. You're pissed and it sucks.
Once again,
Yeah.
I am, of course, so grateful that we have insulin and that he has a way to stay alive every day.
Right?
But at the same
It
time,
doesn't take it away.
I hate that we have to deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm still mad. Still mad. Oh,
And you're allowed.
I know. Thank you.
You're allowed to be mad.
Yeah, you be pissed. What a bitch.
Yeah.
Diabetes is a bitch.
Yeah.
No, I think just the validation that it's okay to be upset right now.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be days still picking up Jake's medicine. I mean, we have to pick up bags of medication, like his Dexcoms and all the insulin pens, and we still have like his long acting just in case
Yeah.
something doesn't
happen,
work,
you
something
can
his
figure it out. Yeah.
Omnipod doesn't end up working, or he can still do it, the old-fashioned way.
Right.
So again, very grateful for it,
Yeah.
but I still
Still
get
mad.
emotional when we pick up all that stuff, because he's gonna have to pick up that. He has to. He never gets a break.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to see your child have to do that, even though he's big
Yeah.
and is handling it so well.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh well, it is what it is, and we'll handle it. And I'm just like, no, flip over a table.
And I think because you're his mom, also,
Yeah.
it just will never be hard. It'll be hard for you to have to see him do that for the rest of his life,
Forever.
because he's your kid,
Yeah.
It's just how it is. It's the mom
And we have
in you.
ideas of what our kids' futures will look like,
Yeah.
or what their lives may be.
Yeah. And that was definitely not
Not on
line.
any kind of radar. But yeah, he's amazing and just handles it with just like, I see him in the mirror with his, Omnipod getting ready to push it in, and people don't realize, or maybe they do, but there's like a little tiny needle in there that he has to administer every few days.
Yeah. You're like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It hurts to
I hate
poke
that.
every
I
day.
know. Anyway,
Oh, man.
your
It is
kids' lives to be a little easier than your own, and now he has this.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. I think it does shed light on it, and I think that it will bring comfort to people at some point in time if they, come across that or find someone they care about or love that goes through the same thing. And I think it's just good to to shed light on topics that maybe aren't talked about all the time. So we love Jake and we're so proud of him. So you guys are
Again, our support system has been so great, and you and Miranda especially have reached out on, Thanksgivings or Christmases or whenever we're all getting together. What do we what can we make for Jake? And but just
'Cause
the
it's too
fact
hard
that
to do.
you are thinking about that and care about him and want him to also enjoy normal life
Yeah.
and holidays and things like
sure.
that. It's
important.
really, really great, and we love
him. Oh,
Yeah.
we love. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up today, you guys. I hope that you learned something and share it to a friend if they need to hear some, shed some light on the topic around type 1 diabetes. So
There are a lot of great resources.
we'll catch you next time.
Bye.